Play well, Joe.
Play well. Have a good one, guys.
Hello, so you join us in a really sunny Spain, and today we're playing Zagaleta Old Course in an 18-hole match play. I've just got a video so far of the front nine, however there is a fantastic ending.
Swing.
So there we go, there's the first fairway found of the day, first tee shot underway, and this is Tom who I'm playing against. So I'm giving Tom 10 shots, so they have conveniently put me off of +2 handicap. So, meaning he gets 10 shots today's round, which 10 shots in 18 holes in a match play is extremely hard. And then we've got Binksy and Will, who are also playing a match in the same group. Will with a bit of an unfortunate first tee shot there.
So you join us at Zagaleta Old Course, Club de Campo. So we've got our singles match today. So it's me versus Smalley. And then we've got Will versus Binksy over there. So it's a big game. We've got the group in front. I've just finished on the first. We're just on the first fairway now, you'll have already seen the tee shots.
So Tom then, second shot into the first green, ball slightly above the feet. It's a bit of a trend you'll notice today, lots of sloping lies. Caught it a little bit clean, he's asking for it to sit.
Nice, mate.
Just a little bit long there. So after my tee shot, I have about 80 yards in. You'll notice though, this slope on the right hand side is giving me quite a lot of grief. I have to land it over that and try and stop it short of this pin, or I can play a little bit more central on the green. However, I am going for the flag. A little bit heavy, pop the ball up. Is it going to make it? Just a little bit left as well. So it's certainly worth noting these greens are so much fun to putt on, but they are such a strong defence for the course. And you will notice we get ourselves in a bit of bother today on the greens. They're so much quicker than the UK. I think these are running about 11, 11 and a half, and they are undulating. You can see the slopes there on the screen. And that is not my finest putt. Completely tricked out by the grain. Thought it was going to be really quick. Wasn't that quick down there at all. Got a lot of work to do now with my second putt. Tom now in the advantage. So we've also got Binksy here. Binksy had an absolutely flying start here. Played really, really nicely. This is his birdie putt on the first. Knocks it straight in. Lots of confidence. Looks great. Will, unfortunately, a bit of an unfortunate first tee shot. Maybe a little bit of pressure there. However, nobody ever minds losing against a birdie, so you just move on. So now I've got a tough putt for par here on the first. I've got a little bit of a pre-shot routine going on. Probably 10 feet or so. There we go. Finish it off. Knock it in nicely there for par. And Tom now has this putt for a half. One thing you'll find with Tom, doesn't get phased very much on the greens at all. This is a pretty confident stroke in fairness. And there we go, knocks it in comfortably, almost walks it in. So second tee shot, unfortunately I've only got myself to blame here for the lack of tee shot footage. However, you'll see par 3 down the hill, 176. Doesn't play 176 though. We did have a slope Bushnell we were using and it said about 145. So playing nowhere near the length. I mean, look at the slope down there. You know, normally the camera hides the slope, but you can see how steep that is. What a fantastic hole though, hitting down with that amazing view behind. So Tom just hit it a little bit left. He's in that left-hand bunker. Pretty straightforward shot here though. Lands in a nice spot and you can just see the greens, how quick they are there, taking that ball away. Will here on the left hand side hits a nice little wedge shot, maybe misread the green a little bit, rolling off to the right. Binksy, putt for a 2.
Sit. Good putt that. Pace was decent. Mine wasn't so clever.
So here we go then, birdie putt. I've hit 9-iron here and it's on the front edge. I hit 9-iron the day before and hit it to about a foot. I honestly thought it was going to go in, started spinning towards the hole. Thought this would be a perfect club today, just obviously didn't quite catch it. Rolling down the hill. Believe it gets given, so it's good enough for the par. Puts the pressure now on Tom to make his putt for par. So this is Tom's putt now for the half. As I say, you'll notice with Tom, very, very good putter. So here we go then. Can he put a good stroke on this one? Oh, just catches what looks like a pitch mark in his line. I'm surprised he didn't notice that. You can see it well there on the camera. And Will here just finishing off for his par. Can he knock this one in?
Well done.
Of course he can. What a lovely roll. Binksy, for his 3. Was super impressed with the way he played this 9 holes. Certainly the front 9 was really, really impressive. Look how easy he made that look. Awesome. So all I can say now is this starts to give you a bit more of an impression of what the rest of the round's going to be like. So par 4, 401 yards, no room at all to the right, and actually left-hand side there is a bank. However, the ball does not come down, so there really is a narrow fairway to aim at. Plenty of club left into the green for me. Only hitting a 4-iron off the tee there to put some pressure on Tom. Tom here with a driver. However, Tom just does not miss fairway, so he's hit a lovely drive there. Binksy with a driver as well. Again, Binksy was swinging it well at this point. Awesome. Straight down there. Nice, easy swing. Wool then also with a driver. This one's quite cool. You'll see how far up this finishes. Actually lands on the right-hand path and then manages to kick straight up into the further fairway. So that was an exceptionally long drive. Shows you the length of this hole. With a hybrid there in hand. Put a really nice swing on it. Again, you can see quite a narrow landing area there. No room at all to the right, and if you go too far left, you're blocked out. So this was actually one of my best shots of the day. So I had about 185 yards up the hill. I've got a 6-iron in my hand, and you'll see how small the landing area is of the green on that top left plateau. It really is tiny, and being able to get the ball anywhere on that top tier is awesome. Really helps you put some pressure on your opponent. And here's Tom here. After hitting driver, he's quite a nice long way down, at least 10 or 15 yards in front of me. Looks like he put a good swing on it. I think if I remember correctly, it just comes up a little bit short and to the right. And here's Will. There's that path. So he's managed to hit that path. The ball's kicked straight. And from here now, he should just have a flick of a wedge in. Miles down there. Just hold there on that
just
tier.
Roll down.
Just starts to roll back. Again, it just shows how hard it is to hit it on that top tier with greens being this fast. Tom now with a really tricky putt. You can see 1 tier, up onto the 2nd, and then up onto the 3rd tier on the green. Just stop there. That's a fantastic effort. You wouldn't find many people chipping from that area. Will here with a pretty tricky putt. Look at the swing on that off to the right. Ball's almost moving sideways. However, his pace was pretty good. Binksy here from off the green. Didn't quite capture his shot. However, what a fantastic putt that is. Take that one away. Well done. So Smalley now starting to put some pressure on me. He does have a shot here, so he's here for 4 for 3. And that was one of the things that made me a little bit nervous at this point when he was so far down with his driver. Can he knock it in? Oh, he started walking as well. I think he liked it. However, 5 net 4. So I do have this for the win. This is just outside right edge. Needs a nice confident stroke now to knock this in. Going through the routine. And wasn't worth the wait at all. Will now just lining up his putt, knocking in for his par. Oh, looked like he just pushed it a little bit.
Just take a wood, and if you're worried about distance, Joe.
Inch matters, doesn't it, these days?
Oh, you tell that to the missus when you get home.
She already knows. She tells me.
Every inch matters.
So this has to be one of my favourite holes on the course. So par 5, enormously long, stroke index 1. I'm only hitting a 4-iron here because I cannot afford to put my ball out of play. It's red stakes all down the right side, but with Tom getting a shot and being so accurate with his driver, I have to make sure this ball's in play to put pressure on him further down the hole. However, Tom hits a really lovely drive here. You'll see this is a good swing.
Keep coming.
He's hit that nicely. Just finds that edge. Really, really nice drive. Incredibly intimidating. I mean, you can't see much here from the camera. However, the red house there is the line. And that's genuinely about as wide as the hole is. Binksy here with driver. Great swing again. Straight down the middle. Maybe just took a little kick to the right when it landed. However, what a lovely drive. And Will here teeing up his driver. Just needs a good swing on this one. Okay, here we go. So here he is now with his second shot. So he's found the fairway. A little bit quick on that one. And this gives you an idea now of the fairway width. Not much room at all. If you're out of play and not on the fairway, there's no real rough to hold the ball up. And I'm just plodding down. So I'm trying to get it just right of that tree. There's a little running slope there. And then it leaves you about 100 yards into the green. Here's Tom's drive. Let's say hit an absolute beauty. Just an iron in hand again, pushing
Beautiful.
up. He'll be there now for net one. Pressure is massively building on myself. Binksy now laying up as well. It's not really worth going for this green.
Come
It's
out.
so far back. We're probably talking 300 yards. There is a downslope just before the green, but trying to hit that downslope is incredibly tough. Just look back towards that tee box now. You can see what I mean about that fairway. Incredibly difficult to hit. Really not worth the risk. If you can get away with not hitting a driver, then don't play one. Great swing there, just laying up. Fantastic. Tom here now, shot 3. This can really start to pile the pressure on myself. Think he likes it. And here's me now lining up my shot. So if I remember correctly, it was about 100 yards. I could just about see the flag between sort of the tree on the right-hand side of the White House. That's where I'm aiming. Just trying to send one in. Pins on the bottom tier. I remember feeling over this, okay, this has to be in close, and I need to be holding this putt.
Look good or not? Landing on the green, it's all right, I think.
So Tom's third shot then came up just a little bit short. There's the big slope I was talking about earlier. Choosing to putt from off the green, which actually was a popular decision this week.
Yeah, very nice.
With the grass, really thick Bermuda, always growing sort of into you in the fairways, incredibly snaggy. And that's a really good putt. I couldn't really give him that putt. It was just outside gimme length. Also, when you're putting for the hole, I always like to try and get the opponent to putt if I can. And that there was a good example of that. Just trying to keep the pressure on a little bit. Let's say, Binksy now off the green. This is an impressive one. Shame again we didn't capture him in shot. However, incredible putt that down the hill. Loads of break, loads of swing. Really hard to even keep that on the green, and he's made that look easy.
Thanks, mate.
What a fantastic 4. If I remember correctly, that puts Binksy at 1 under par now through 4 holes. Impressive. Myself here now for a birdie. I remember lining this up just outside left lip, a little bit down the hill. You can see how shiny the green is. It's slick, it's down grain. Just needs a good stroke. Still watching that back. I cannot believe that didn't go in.
Sound off, it was lovely. Sound off, that was lovely.
And here we go. Here's Tom. Lining up his putt. So he's got this for a 5, net 4. Well done, Tom. Good putt. What a guy. So then, hole number 5. No shots on this hole. This is a really tough one. 215 yards. It's a big green, but you can't actually see the pin on this because it's just tucked in the right-hand side. Smalley teeing off on the left to try and open up the green. Just overcuts it a little bit. We'll have to see if we can find it when we walk up. Wasn't a bad swing though. So, if I remember correctly, I had a 5-iron in my hand here. Giving it a good go. Aiming at that left bunker. Just going to let it fade in now. I remember feeling this is a really good strike.
That's the right spanner. What a golf shot that is. Short. No,
And I definitely like it.
Is it? Yeah. I thought it was short. No,
Yeah.
well done.
It's
Super
right
swing.
next to the pin.
Wherever it is, it was a lovely golf
Just
swing.
plugged, wasn't it?
Binksy now with a wood out. I mean, this is a tough hole in fairness. Certainly hitting a hybrid. Quite a small green, you can see there, tucked away there, a little bit into the right.
Gone, I think.
No, you're fine.
Sneaking off to the right-hand side as well. Will here now with an iron. Will does hit a long ball, so he will get there comfortably with a long iron.
So this is the result. Pitch mark to there. 212
Get
yards.
that one on video.
Back to 1 up to myself, heading down the par 5, Smalley now with a shot, me leading the way. This ball really now needs to move left to right off the tee, aiming at that tree, letting it move a little bit left to right. There's a little bit of room up the right hand side, and that is not the swing. That's a little bit toey. That ball diving left into that bush there on the left hand side.
Just next to that tree, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Tom again with the driver. He's hit this thing so well all day. Another
ball,
nice
Smalley.
drive. I think it might just be leaking out down the right hand side, but what a good shot. Another fairway found. Never in doubt. He's watching it closely, however, it's absolutely fine. Just up there on the left hand side.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it after it.
Will now with the driver, looking to find the fairway. Put a bit of pressure on Binksy now in the match. Gives it a big hit. Doesn't like it. Think it went down the left. So I had to take a drop. I was in that left-hand side. I've taken a drop. Then got relief from the path. This now needs to hook round this tree. It's a nice strike, but I don't think it's turning enough. Finishing, I believe, up on the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's pitched like way up that hill, almost at the tree.
Oh, has it?
Smalley now with his third shot, having to chip out there from the right-hand side. A decent distance in, just laying up. Sensible play here when you've got a shot and the other opponent's on the green in, or near the green in 3. Don't need to do anything special, doing the right thing. Binksy now, third shot, pin tucked right up in that left-hand corner, 3 tiers up again.
Binksy.
Just
coming
turned
off
it a
that
little
slope.
bit. Really hard to commit to that shot. This shot now, Tom, shot 4. He loves this shot.
Oh! Go in! Oh!
Just missing the hole there. Fantastic. That's enough then for that hole. I didn't get up and down. I gave the hole away. Tom now, nice little tee shot here on the 7th. This one is actually drivable if you give it a good go. Wind was a little bit into here and off the left. So not the wind you want for this. Just now with an iron. Get a little bit lucky with this one. You see I'll start running after it. However, hits the path, bounces back into the fairway. It's almost like I played for it. Binksy now, quite nicely up in his match with the 3-wood. Looking for maybe a little fade.
Down.
Just turns it over a little bit.
Oh, that shape.
Will now with the driver, keeping the pressure on. Oh, just catches the edge of that tree, and unfortunately we don't end up finding it. Tom now with his second shot, no shots on this hole. Hits a lovely little one in there. You can see I start zooming in. We know he likes it. Oh, hits it in there nice and close. Not bad at all, Tom. Good shot. So I only got a small wedge in, and I take big ball before little ball, and unfortunately that's gone about halfway. Needing some work now from here. So chipping now into grain on this Bermuda grass, and it's the same grass they go at Augusta, and it just makes you appreciate then how good these pros are. Because this shot, although it looks so straightforward on camera, it's so difficult to get that club to slide through the grass. However, did quite a good job of it. Now have this for the par to put some sort of pressure back on Tom and stop this battering I seem to be getting. There we go. Hold the putt.
Keeping him honest.
Smalley now. Can he hold his nerve and make the birdie? Be a little bit naughty making a birdie on a hole you wouldn't get a shot on, wouldn't it?
Well
However,
done,
knocks it straight in.
Good three,
Confidence
mate.
there from Smalley. A smile there. He's looking happy with himself. Tom is now 1 up, heading down the 8th. Gets another shot here. So this is a shot hole for Tom. This is a tough hole. Line is sort of, if you're carrying it over 280, it's over that bunker. If not, you want to be hitting just right of it. However, with the hole going round to the left, you can save yourself nearly 100 yards by flying that trap. Tom turning over a little bit quickly. We actually thought he'd lost this. However, it was on the upslope, not in any bother at all. Myself now on the tee. I have to admit, one of my best swings of the day. I am giving this my all. Giving that a good whack. Trying to fly that bunker. Such an advantage if I can. Need to do something special to hold Tom off. Binksy now with driver. Another good swing. Just so solid this front nine. As I say, I think he was under par for the front nine. Just incredible watching him put this together. Playing off, I think he was an 8 handicap, something between 6 and 8. Binksy now, shot 2 from the middle of the fairway. Lovely drive up there. It's a good swing. Here we go then, shot 2. So, a little bit of discussion going on here about how far to hit it.
Whereas there's a little false front. I think it's, just, it's quite a big green as well, isn't it?
It is.
We were discussing around the green where the danger is, and we were saying long is okay. I've hit a nice shot, just turned it just a fraction left. However, the bounce you will not be able to see kicks the ball straight left. But I love this view there, looking up into that par 5. I just think that's stunning with all the houses there on the background. Binksy now with a third shot. Tom flexing his biceps there in the background. Little bit heavy. You can see just that grass, that Bermuda grass just grabbing. Tom now with his third shot. He's looked comfortable all day. Sends a lovely little flight in there. Not too much of a divot. Working the ball a little bit from left to right. That's a sensible play, that. That is a sensible play. Will now with his third shot. Looked like a good swing. So this is where things start to go a little bit wrong. As you can see, ball was sat really fluffy lie in the Bermuda rough. Sits incredibly high. Club went straight underneath. Now I'm up against the cut between the first cut of rough and the thick stuff. Having a stab down with a wedge. Amazed to make contact. Hit it on the edge of the green. Still have a long putt. Tough putt across this green. Just so incredibly hard if you miss the green in the wrong place, which unfortunately I have. And then I missed the putt. Tom, pick your ball up. Let's go to the next hole. I need to get off that 8th hole. And here we are, hole 9. I couldn't believe I lost the 8th. One of my favourite par 5s as well on the course. I just think this golf course is incredible. And when you start making silly mistakes, you've only got yourself to blame. Tom there, though, not a bad drive. This got my all. I was a little bit pumped up at this point. Little bit angry. I gave that my absolute all. Line being that house over the bunker in the distance. And I'm trying to hit it on their balcony.
Well played. Thank you.
2 down. Lost the last 2 holes. Well, the last 3 holes, in fact. It's going to be a long round in from here. Binksy with a driver. I think at this point Binksy is 6 or 7 up in this match. It might have even been more. Will with a driver. In fairness, I think Will swings it quite well. Just a few dodgy decisions sometimes off the tee. Got him out of play. But actually, when he strikes it, certainly on the back line, which you won't see, he hit it really good. Binksy now, you can see the shot with the clubhouse there in the distance. What a beautiful approach shot this is. The 18th is equally as stunning.
Well done.
And here we go. Here's Tom then. Second shot to keep that pressure on. He's walking after it already. You can see there the undulations around the green. It's a nice shot. I think it's just through the back. Okay. So, come on then, Joe. Pressure on. 60 yards. Wedge in hand. And... oh, just a bit of grab. Just a bit of grab. Keeps it short. And unfortunately then, everyone 2 putts. And then Tom wins the hole. So I wanted to leave this bit in because I wanted to have a little bit of a chat with you guys to share with you the finish. Unfortunately, we didn't do any more filming now in the round. However, I did end up winning the match on 18. So I was I think 3 down with 4 to play, ended up winning the last 4 holes to win 1 up. And I asked Smalley, Tom, to do some videos while we were on the course, and Tom filmed this without me knowing, driving down the 10th, and I thought you'd find this funny now knowing that he lost the game, and I wanted to share this for you at the end as a little bit of a light-hearted finish. So I just want to say thank you for watching today's video. If you can give it a like, that'd be great. If you could subscribe to the channel as well, help me keep growing the channel, promoting what I do. But yeah, enjoy this checkout with Tom.
Right, situation. T Smallwood 3 up against Joe Lovery. Dominating, absolutely dominating. Just been relentless. Straight off the tee, hitting the greens, sinking putts. It's great signs. Not going to mention any other matches in our team by the sounds of it, but I should finish this one pretty soon.